And Chang, and I'm a parent of two kids, age 6 and 3. Yes, my older son, who's age 6, is in GNT. So let me tell you a little bit about myself. So I came to this country at age 16 as a new immigrant. I didn't speak English. I went to New York High School, also in Brooklyn. So New York High School, it's a great school. I mean, it provided me with all I needed to succeed. So eventually, I went to Stanford to obtain my PhD degree in statistics. And I have been a data scientist since then. So I have over 10 years of experience analyzing data, building statistical models. So I do want to point out that people say, like GNT or specialized high school test doesn't measure the performance. It does. And as you can see in the recent New York Times Metis study, right, there's apparently a very strong, very significant statistical significance for the correlation between the performance of students at the SHSAT and the performance when they actually start the high school in the first few years. And also, when I was a high school student at New York, I did a study myself, taking an advanced placement statistical class back then. And I do find that there's also association between the students' like grade point average and also their performance on the AP exams. So that's that. So I'm for tests, and also because I'm working in this field of data science, so I know the need for the artificial intelligence, for the big data, for all the modern technologies. That's why, I totally disagree when people say, we should get rid of testing. If you get rid of testing, what could be used as a universal standard to, justify if students are performing or not? It's like you have to take an exam to become a doctor, right? You have to take a job interview, answer all the technical questions to see if you are a fit for the right position, right? And also, secondly, I think it's really about parental choice when it comes to school, right? So, as a parent of two toddlers, age 3 and 6, my son is in the first grade, as I mentioned before. I think it's about, I'm a full-time working mom, and also my husband is a full-time working dad. So every night we get home after 7 p.m., we have to sit down with him and make sure that he learns what he's learning at school today, and then we ask him about what's going on at the school throughout the day, right? So it's really about parental engagement and involvement, right? The parents have to be there for the kids, right, in order to make sure they are learning how to read, write, and do the basic math. So, and also as a New Yorker myself, I'll call it, so we love diversity. That's the reason that I chose to come back to this great city after spending 5 years at Stanford doing my PhD. So have you guys ever considered the economic impact of all this, getting rid of testing, get rid of everything? We all want best school for all and best education for all our kids, right? I think the economic impact, as I could feel it, right? I recently read on the newspaper from the previous year survey, there are 40,000 New Yorkers moving, right? Leaving the city. So if all this change of taking down whatever really elite schools and then taking away this and that, right? It will result in a lot of middle income families who wants best for their kids to leave the city eventually. So I do want all of us to also take this into consideration. And lastly, like I said, the specialized high school is only 1% of the school, right? What about the 99%? What are you gonna do with that? Why don't we fix all the schools? Why don't we fix the failing K-8s? I think Chancellor Carranza is framing the diversity for the failing of the schools. The causation is wrong. As a statistician, I could confidently say it's the other way around. If you fix the failing K-8 schools, then all the diversity problem will be gone. All the schools are great. Why are we sitting here having this fight over good school, bad school? You know, that's it. Thank you.
Thank you.